It's already recording.
Oh, shit. You didn't tell me that.
Well, I did because you were trolling me. I thought it would be good.
Oh, appreciate that. Well, we're here today to talk about a great show. Probably the best show of all time.
I've never seen anything better in my whole life.
Tiger King on Netflix. You guys seen this shit? If not, you should watch it.
We finished it yesterday. We went out and bought these shirts today. I wore my mask. Don't worry. And we started again today while we crafted on these shirts. I bedazzled mine. Made it very Joe-esque. Isabella,
Oh, the
you
fringe.
can't see. She did hers with fringe though. It looks really nice.
Yeah. Okay, so when you first watched the show, what did you think it was going to be? Like, what did you hear?
I mean, from what I'd heard, it was pretty wild. I just never expected it to be the ride that it was, y'all. It was.
I just think about it like pretty much every day now. Like
every day.
Yeah.
All we do is just yell Carol Baskin all day, every day.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
That's all we do.
Yeah.
Every single day.
That and talk about how much we hate Carol. Well, you kind of like her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what she's really doing.
She's a bitch.
Okay. I don't know though. I mean, if someone like threatened to kill me over the internet for years, I'd probably be like, I want your mom's house.
Yeah. Well, she did do that, so.
So, I mean.
Yeah.
Can't blame her for that part.
Yeah.
I don't really know what she's doing with those cats. I do think she killed her husband,
Mm.
which honestly,
That's not even that
made
bad.
her kind of cool.
Yeah, that's not even that bad. I think the cat thing is worse because they're all basically exploiting animals to benefit from it in some weird way, like for like social proof. So
Yes, if Joe's gonna be in jail, they all need to be in jail.
big facts. Like honestly, they like Doc Antle is probably the
He's a pedophile.
Like, and he's got like a
Gas chambers, a cult.
What even? So crazy.
He just grooms teenage girls until they're legal.
My mullet's coming off.
Oh no. Bangs her.
My bangs are falling out.
There you go.
There we go. So the biggest thing that we realized was like it's so relatable because we live in Alabama and we're like this is definitely some shit that could have happened here. Like, oh my, I can just picture this like happening in Tuscumbia.
Exactly this. I mean, our janitor growing up in high school's name was Bobby Joe. And he wore an airbrush trucker hat every day that said Bobby Joe and it had dolphins on it.
Oh boy.
That was a man.
I repressed that.
The majority of people act like that here.
Yeah,
I know
they do.
several people that act exactly like everyone that was in that job.
Well, there's that Harmony Park Safari in Huntsville, Alabama, and
It's
now
a drive-through safari. You drive your car through it and have food, and animals are just slamming themselves into your car.
a zebra came through my window, and a cow,
and they just have them all roaming together.
Yeah, they're not separated. They're all in a big basically fence, would you say? And then you drive through on this path, and they all come up to your car. Like the only thing that was in a cage was like the giraffe.
Yeah.
How do you get a giraffe in Huntsville, Alabama? Like
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Tiger breeding, cub petting. How many did he have?
Dogs?
200? I mean, cats.
187 cats.
I think by the end of the documentary, though, like, they were saying, like, over 200.
Yeah, I think so, too. Or animals. Because he had other animals, which they showed the part with
the chimpanzees.
the chimp at the end. I was, like,
I
about
cried.
to cry. Yeah.
I did. I cried over everything, but I cried. It was rough.
It was sad. And he was
hugging?
did I deprive this chimp of having a life for 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. And you're just like...
I was busy running the zoo.
But I don't hate him. Like,
no.
There's so many people online who are like, he's a terrible person. He did all this stuff. And I'm like, how is he any worse than literally any other zoo? You just don't see that stuff because that information isn't being recorded for a documentary.
I feel like he's going to be pretty set after this documentary, though. Even if he does stay in prison.
Well, like, they said he just filed a $94 million lawsuit.
And he wants a presidential pardon.
He's not asking for much. He's just like... I want everything. And I want Carol's house. The videos are
I want DNA test done on that meat grinder.
Yes, the phone calls from jail are so sad though. Like in the one scene where he's crying and he's like, I just need to get out of here. I see why animals die in cages. And I'm like, oh, this is really ironic.
You did
Like,
that for a long time.
oh
my god. It was so, I've never seen anything funnier in my entire life.
it's the best.
Never in my life
Yeah.
have I watched anything as funny as that.
But also so morbid. Like, and so, like, you can't look away. Like,
There's a
this,
suicide, and then the eulogy is based on the man's testicles.
yeah.
In front of his mother.
In front of his whole family, Joe's people and the zoo people, he is up there, like, talking about their, like, his ball sack. Like, literally.
He says they were like golden nuggets to that boy.
Boy.
And then he makes the funeral entirely about himself.
Yes! And he sang at the funeral! Like, he sang if I went to a funeral and there was singing, I would probably just have to nope the fuck out of that. Like, no, I'm not. Like, we don't do that here. Like, no.
Are you gonna sing Ave Maria at my funeral for
Ave
me?
Maria.
If you don't, I'm gonna be so upset if I die before you and you don't do that.
I'm probably not gonna do it. I'll tell you on your deathbed that I am gonna do it, just so you'll, like, die peacefully, but I can't actually sing.
My grandma will make you do it. If she's allowed. I always assume I'm gonna die before everyone in my
Let's think
life.
about this for a moment. Your grandma's gonna be dead. Your mom's probably gonna be dead. Statistically. So, yeah.
I just always assumed I'd never live a long life.
Oh.
Not in like a bad way, just like I don't know,
You know what?
it's weird to see yourself outliving people you know, even if they're older than you.
Yeah,
It's weird to think about.
that is strange. What's weird to me is how Joe Exotic, he always talked about how he was going to go out in a, like, blaze of glory, and, like, he was never going to let them take everything, and he did.
Be another
like,
Waco.
He totally did. He let them take everything. Like, he sold the zoo to that horrible, what's his name?
Jeff Lowe.
Jeff Lowe.
Jeff Lowe stole the zoo.
Yeah, Jeff Lowe sold the zoo. He sold it to him and basically gave it to him, and then he didn't fight when the law was, like, trying to get him. Like, they didn't really even show his arrest, now that I think about it.
Took all of his tigers, or a lot of them, and just ran away to an undisclosed location in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Which is probably like 2
His
miles
mom, probably
down
like
the
his
road.
mom's
Probably
house.
house. Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's where all felons run. To their mom or their auntie's house.
I honestly don't know who I believe set fire to that studio after I read about that Rick guy.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who didn't do your research after the show, because I went crazy and looked all over the internet for everything that I could find, if you haven't watched the show yet, a studio with a bunch of footage and a bunch of incriminating evidence.
Alligators.
And a bunch of
Yeah,
alligators.
don't forget that.
Because, that's where you keep all of your footage for your reality show and your alligators, obviously.
Same room.
So a studio is burned down, like it blows up. And blows up all the
While
alligators.
Joe is out of town.
Yeah, Joe
Yeah, he wasn't in town.
is conveniently out of town.
For a funeral?
No, I think it was
What was it? I think it was for a funeral.
something. He's conveniently out of town.
Yeah,
And it burns
he
down.
wasn't there.
And so everyone thinks it's this dude, Rick, who is the reality show producer. But then a lot of people think it's Joe, because Joe found out that he technically doesn't own any rights to the reality show that they were filming.
Yes, he signed away unknowingly
Yeah,
because
he
he
didn't realize.
didn't read anything and they
He's
didn't tell
not.
him.
He's not really smart.
No.
But I was reading, mysteriously 6 months later, after that Rick guy fled Oklahoma and went back to Dallas, his home in Dallas also burned down.
So he likes to burn things.
He probably just did it.
Yeah. Well, did you get bad vibes from him at the beginning when he says, like, where do you want to start? And he says, well, let's just start from the beginning. Like, I was like, I don't really like this guy. Like, he
I like
kind
him.
of... I
He's
don't.
terrifying.
No.
I think I like him because he scares me.
I think he has some motives. Like, he was trying... Well, he knew he was going to exploit them the whole time because they're crazy, which is fine. Like, he's a documentary filmmaker. But, like, I just felt like he was going to screw them over the whole entire time. Like, and the fact that he's like... Why would I blow it up? That's my whole life's work in there, and I've spent all these years, and I was devastated when it blew up. Like, and I'm just like...
And he was like, I packed up my things and my dog as quick as I could, and I rode to Dallas.
Also, like, you're a documentary filmmaker, and you didn't back up copies of the footage that you spent all that time on. Like, I just don't believe that.
It's hard to believe.
Like, I just know. It's sketchy.
Then also, it was a little too perfect. That was all kind of Joe not being able to make money off of it, and he was out of town. as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought he paid someone. So
And
I
he-
really have no clue.
Yeah, and he milked the whole disaster. These people burned my
Yes.
my alligators.
The footage of him, like, in 1 second on, when he knows he's on camera and being filmed, being upset, because he's like, these alligators have went down,
Yeah.
they were boiled alive, and he's like, what should I say?
broiled.
Inferno, like, it's like he's just,
Fiery pit.
yeah, he doesn't
I don't
care.
know. Like, and yeah, everyone on that freaking show is like that though. They're like, oh, is the camera rolling? Oh,
Doc Antle's my favorites to
Yes.
see. It's creepy. He'll be like, he's like how we all have a phone voice or like customer service voice. He'll be like, and this is footage of me on the Tonight Show. I was doing this, never before seen animals before. And he's like, was that good? Did you get the shot?
like when he's like, you should film me coming into my house. I'll open the door. Like,
The director says, I'm glad Doc's better at directing than me.
I'm like, shots fired at Doc. And all of his wives. And we need to research that lady who was.
The one who
Oh,
was alive that escaped.
yes.
She said that he kept all of the apprentices in horse stalls where cockroaches were everywhere.
In their food.
And paid them $100 a week.
And had sex with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that.
He wanted to be the first person to have sex with them.
Yeah. So they were a virgin. That's disgusting. Like, ugh.
And most of them come there as teenagers
Yeah.
when they're 16, 17.
And they have no money, so they can't leave. Like, it's disgusting. He's the one, honestly, he rubbed me the wrong way the most out of any of them. Like, everybody else is kind of just like, even the guy who partnered with Jeff at the end, the really redneck guy. Yeah. He was a piece of shit, but like, he knew that he was. Like,
That's real true. Yeah.
he was like, I need you to forget the tigers. Show me how you train them women.
I want to know how Doc Antle trains them women.
I'm just like, oh my God, why is this happening?
My favorite is when they were asking several different people who talked in the doc how many wives Doc Antle have, and they were going 4, 5, 3, 2, 6. I think he has like 9 wives.
The long-haired guy goes, I don't fucking care. Oh, that's so good. So let's talk about the guy with no legs. John. John.
I loved all the Johns. All the
Johns.
Johns. They were the best.
But John, so, like, manager of the zoo for how long? 14 years?
14 years.
Like, he has it together. And nobody else on that freaking show has it together.
Got 2 prosthetic legs. He's just out there living on tigers.
Like, leaving his wife.
That's one of the best lines.
Yeah.
He goes, the zoo was really putting a strain on my marriage and I was unhappy, so I left my wife.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How does Joe deal with this hair? And it's like in his...
Yes, it's always
It's
in
like
his face.
his-
He has the bangs all the way like flat across. Remember that time I cut my bangs? During that crisis?
Crisis. Mullets are in the back, right?
Yeah. Party in the front. I mean, business
Business in the front, party in the back. So, yeah, basically, since the coronavirus happened, we just watched Tiger King, like, nonstop.
Things are getting kind of crazy over here. If you can't tell.
I mean, we don't know if we're going to live or not, so...
This is what we're doing during the pandemic.
Yeah.
What else?
Joe's boyfriend / husband.
The Johns. Back to the Johns. If you know you're a straight man married to a gay man, why do you get like 6 tattoos dedicated to the gay man that you know you're eventually gonna leave?
For my husband.
Private property of Joe Exotic.
What even? I don't know if I believe...
Joe. I don't believe
he's not gay. I don't believe
First of all,
that.
it's a spectrum. You're on there somewhere if you
Yeah.
were married to a man.
And had sex with him for 11 years. Because he doesn't strike me as the type of guy who's going to go without sex. Like,
No.
weird. Just really weird.
He loves pink camo.
Yeah. And, like, he got his teeth fixed. He's doing good. He has,
doing
like a
great.
girlfriend.
Fiance.
And
And a
a
baby.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
Good
they're
for you, John.
they're
Finley.
good people.
You're doing
I
a
think
great job.
most of the people on that show are good people. They just, except for the tiger people.
Yeah.
The tiger people are all, like,
All the bosses.
Yeah.
Like, all the people who were over the stuff.
they're narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every single one of them is obsessed with themselves.
Jeff Lowe, I feel like, a lot of people, obviously because of the rivalry between Carol and Joe, but Jeff Lowe was the bad guy to end all bad guys. He's awful.
But he
Oh,
was...
and his wife is pregnant in the end, and he's showing all those pictures of the new nanny.
Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah. He's a terrible person, but honestly, like, he really was just a businessman. He's like, these people are all batshit crazy. They're in financial trouble. Now it's time for me to swoop in and take advantage of this situation.
He was a cat. I want to know more about, what was the guy's name? We just started watching the episode again.
Oh.
The drug lord in Florida.
Yeah, when they try to go to the gates and they can't get in.
Yes, and he didn't do it. His people did it.
They did it.
A lot of people he knows.
Didn't they do it on his property?
Yes,
Yeah.
they chopped up this guy and fed him to tigers.
Yeah, but he did like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Went to prison.
that's crazy.
I need an entire documentary just about that guy. Because
Yes.
they show him for maybe a few minutes in one
Yes.
episode, and then we never see him again.
Can we talk about Saf? Like,
Saf got done dirty.
Saf, like, I feel like you should talk about this.
Why's that?
I mean, I feel like you did more research on it. Like,
Yeah, okay, so I just Googled everything about this. From what I found online, Saf, which is referred to as a girl throughout the entire documentary, and they have their name is Kelsey on there, identifies as a man and uses he, him pronouns.
For a long time.
For a long time, for years. And so, like, and you can see, because we started rewatching it, they said he's really hurt when his arm gets cut off.
Yeah.
And I just find that to be...
That was so frustrating.
Netflix really did him dirty, because they're just like...
They knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Because the filmmaker said he'd been filming with him for 5 years.
Yeah, and puts, like...
Kelsey and...
Yeah. It was just really...
Calls him a woman the entire time. I just feel like that was really...
Yeah.
Really
I mean, that's probably traumatic
up.
for him to watch, too. Like, to see his arm get ripped off.
Oh, God.
Like, can you imagine?
Like, can we talk about how loyal?
I'm just thinking...
I'm just
thinking, like, I will never financially recover from this. Like, what?
He got his arm ripped off. And Joe's like, I need you to stay with me, okay? I need you to stay awake. And then he walks into the gift shop with all these customers from the zoo and goes, I just want to tell you guys before the news tells you. One of the employees just got attacked by a tiger. And their arm was ripped off. I can give you your money back.
I can give you your money back.
Or a rain check. You can come back another day.
Or I can pay for the years of therapy that you're going to need after this.
And everyone's just standing there silently like...
There's nothing but white. Did you see the people who come to the zoo are all white trash people?
Oh,
like, they're all, like, they have 10 kids and they're all, like, just...
If that was in Alabama, we would have been there as children.
Oh, 100%.
We would have
probably would have had, like,
multiple times.
Season pass.
Pictures with baby tigers.
Yes.
And we'd be watching this like, oh no.
Oh, boy. Joe's election. Let's talk about that.
He got 19% of the vote for governor. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean,
he spent all that money. He should get something. With the condoms, he got condoms with his face. If I can get to that level of fame that I have condoms with my face on, I would just, it'd be the greatest. So he's still in the...
He's in the
county jail. Yeah.
Hasn't been transferred to
Well, you
prison
gotta
yet.
think it's March, and he got sentenced in January, so you can sit in the county for 6 months. That's gonna suck. Hopefully he gets...
How long was he in there before he got sentenced?
I really don't know.
It's probably a while.
Yeah. They need to release some information about the timeline of this documentary, because they really didn't show that. They showed kind of like...
At the end, they talked about how Doc Annell's place was
raided
in December of last year, so very recently.
Yeah, so this is an ongoing thing. Like, that's the thing that is so interesting about this documentary, is that, like, it's literally still happening. Like... Yeah. And you're hearing
They need to do more. I feel like they're gonna.
They have
how
to.
popular this is and how many other cat people there are out there.
Yes.
Though, I feel like the cat people might be less likely to say things now.
Yeah.
That they've been.
You know, I think they're still stupid enough to say stuff. I really do. I feel like they want the attention so bad that they'll do anything to get it. Do you know some people are stupid enough to think that this gives you the coronavirus?
Didn't you say that was on sale?
Yeah, it's on sale. Coronavirus. Shit is real.
Shit is really real.
John Finley.
Oh, he's so sweet. I'm just so happy for him with his new teeth.
Does he have a baby?
I think so.
Yeah.
Didn't they say that in the documentary? I think they said that he got one of the girls at the zoo pregnant.
Yeah.
And left Joe for one of the girls at the zoo.
And you told me that they had shots of his teeth fixed and they didn't show any of that in the documentary.
Yes, that's what he said in an interview. And he has like a whole Facebook and it's called The Truth About John Finley.
Oh shit, y'all better go check that out.
It's just him ranting about how Netflix didn't show his new teeth. Which I don't think.
I got my teeth fixed. Like, man, give him a break though. He's a
He
nice.
also said everyone's trolling him and making fun of him for going shirtless for the entire documentary. And he said that the producer suggested it because they wanted to see his Joe tattoos.
Yeah. But he has a nice body. I mean, besides the fact that like you're a lesbian.
Accurate.
I mean, he's like pretty fit.
He's not an ugly guy.
from the
Especially
meth.
now they got his teeth fixed.
Yeah, he looks fine now.
Looks
like
great.
except for the tattoos.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Travis?
That was heartbreaking.
I did not bond with him at all. I felt like he just freaked me out. Like he was kind of a sociopath with the guns.
I mean, who isn't obsessed with guns?
Yeah, but I mean, like he was always going and shooting shit, like.
That's pretty true.
And pointing them at people, which is really not okay at all. Like,
I mean, that's what he was doing when he shot himself.
yeah,
And that's what that Joshua, shout out. He was great.
hope you're okay, Josh.
You're doing good. You can be my campaign manager any day. I'm not libertarian. But I'm sure
not
we
a
can work-
libertarian.
I'm sure we can work something
I'm a
out.
libertarian, so fuck the
Can
government.
be Bella's.
We should just do a split ticket. You can run as a Democrat and I'll run as a Republican and we'll be the greatest team that the world's ever known. Why is no one doing that?
That's a great
By
question.
the way, like, it doesn't make any sense.
We'll just be us fighting over stuff all the time.
That's fine.
We don't really do that, though.
No, because we don't talk about politics.
We do all the time, though.
But I don't share my true opinion.
You just lied to me my entire life.
I didn't lie, I just didn't say what I thought.
Why?
I want to upset you.
Oh, that's really sweet.
So, Team Carol or no?
No,
She would stab you in the back.
she definitely would.
Yeah, she did.
As far as, I don't really even know. I don't know. If she's truly doing for, like, the cats what she says she's doing for the cats, and as far as that goes, cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of that.
I
Of not
believe
bringing them and
she's-
letting them just live out their days, like, in a decent place. I'm
I
cool with
believe
that.
she's doing that, but I don't.
But
the
going after...
the
and
volunteers,
oh, that's sketchy.
they don't get paid.
They don't get paid. They work every day. She makes them train for years. Some of them were like, oh, I've been here for 5 years and I just got this blue, like, supervisor shirt.
Yeah, and they're like, Christmas, what's that?
Yeah,
Oh.
we are always here on Christmas.
Yeah.
And then some of them do, like, an internship thing.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they go through faster. And she was like, oh, yeah, I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, she's
She was like,
never-
I don't even know who they are until they're farther up. Like,
Yeah, no, she's
these
just.
people are working for you for free and you're just laughing about it,
Yeah,
about exploiting them.
and Howard. Oof.
I better watch out.
Howard is like,
There
why?
are wedding photos of him in the leopard dress. She has him on a leash.
Like, it's disgusting. They
And the fact that is probably, it's really far down on the list of weirdest things in the documentary.
Yeah, but you know, she's like, they're probably having some weird, like, dominatrix sex or something where he has to wear a tiger costume and she hits him. Like, it's probably really bad. Think about it. He seems like he'd be super into it. He's weird, man.
Howard creeps me out more than Carol does, for sure.
Yeah.
He's scary.
Yeah, he's very up on what's going on with everyone too. Like he had like opinions about Doc Antle, opinions about Joe, opinions about pretty much everyone on the show. It would always cut to Howard and it would be like he would say something like intellectual about what that person that he had like researched. So it's kind of creepy. Joe's mom.
Oh my god. That poor woman. An enabler though. Definitely an enabler.
100% codependent enabler.
Oh. In fact, her granddaughter, Joe's niece, got up there and was like, Joe would be like, Mom, I need this much money for this much money for this, it's for the
"Sign
zoo.
here."
She'd just be signing checkbooks.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
then she said she found out that her grandma's name was on the lease for the zoo, so she technically owned the zoo.
And was liable for damages that came to the zoo, which was the whole point of why Carol was able to say that she could take her house. And he screwed over John Finley with the
Yes,
the
had him
stuff
sign a bunch
too.
of stuff too.
So don't ever put your name on anything that ain't your...
Never put your
like-
name on documents.
Never put
for
your name on
someone
anything, never sign
else.
anything, never co-sign. Oh my God, never co-sign. Like, the amount of people who have asked me to co-sign.
Really?
Yes. And I'm not even going to say because you already know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not co-signing for you. Like, first of all, people who are reliable and honest and have their finances set out okay don't need a co-signer. So, like, if you need a co-signer, you've done some shit that you shouldn't have done.
I
Like,
didn't know when I got my first apartment because I didn't have any credit.
but you're a kid. Like,
That's true. I was like
different.
19.
That's not when you're a 35-year-old woman and you're like, "Can you co-sign for me?" Nah, nah. We got sidetracked.
We did. We were thinking about our family.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe's mom. Bless her. And then there's that video of her just crying. She's like, "This is all Carol Baskin's doing. I know she has something to do with it. My son Joe."
She's been harassing us for years. I'm like, I don't think that's how it went,
I don't think
man.
that's exactly how it went down.
But
But okay.
GoFundMe. We need to figure out how that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I bet they kept all that money.
I'm
Like,
sure he did.
like, and they did not. Like, oh my gosh, like. Don't ever give money to GoFundMe. Like, I'm convinced that GoFundMes are like people who are saying sad stories trying to get money at this point, because so many of them turn out to be like not real, or the
A lot of
person,
them do, yeah.
the person who organizes them doesn't like
Give the money to the person.
Yes, and then you're just like, I thought I was doing a good thing.
I can definitely see, because you know those old people didn't know how to set up their own GoFundMe. I'm sure Joe kept all that money
No.
and put it into something stupid.
Yeah.
Like not feeding tigers and running for president. The Walmart trucks.
they
He was feeding the tigers, and then staff members took it. And later comes out that they fed that to customers, old meat from Walmart, to customers that they were throwing in the garbage.
They
To
put it on the
customers after
pizza.
they put it on pizza.
Yeah. Good pizza.
He said it was the
That's what he said.
best pizza in town.
Real good pizza.
And then the best was that their commercials and the music videos always had just someone that was working at the zoo to be the person in the commercial. So it's like if you started a zoo and then you just had me be the customer in every commercial,
Yes.
everyone around there would be
Yes.
like, "That's just Leslie."
Yeah.
Just
And John Finley in the music video as the
Hello,
hunter.
hunters, put down your gun.
10 out of 10. Would binge watch again.
We're
gonna watch
right
it
now.
again.
We're on episode
Yeah.
2.
We just wanted to give you this information
If
because
you haven't watched Tiger King, this has just been a few highlights. There's so much more that we haven't even
I feel like we're gonna have to do a
covered.
follow-up video because
after that, because already in the first episode we noticed things that we didn't notice before the first time
Yes,
watching.
I
But
wanna-
there's so much.
I want to get a notebook.
He started out doing drug talks at school. This
And
man,
the magic. The magic.
Oh, also, yeah, magic and bringing tigers to elementary schools. This man who at the end was a known methamphetamine addict,
Oh my god. Oh
started
my God.
out doing talks in the schools that were anti-drugs and alcohol. And he says, "What do we say to drugs?" And they all say, "No." And he says, "That's right, because if you do drugs, you'll lose all your teeth and you'll be ugly and you won't have any friends."
Yeah, we need to study up more on the where everybody has wound up in life.
I'm working on it. I'm doing my research.
There's a lot of articles coming out daily about this.
so good.
And then you had the person that you knew.
Yes.
Oh my god, please talk
Okay.
about this.
One of the coolest people I've ever known, who was also a weird animal person. Not like crazy. Not, oh god, that was mean. Anyway. His fiance used to work with Joe Exotic at the park.
We need to get her on the show.
We do. We're gonna try to interview her. Because
Goodness.
I already got a little excited and sent like 10 questions.
But yeah, she worked at the zoo.
I think so. Yeah, because she knew all of them.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I asked her about the no-leg guy. She said he was kind of boring. Stuff like that.
That's what people say about normal people at the zoo.
The zoo. Even someone who
Boring.
has 2 fake legs with flames and clowns painted on him. He was the most normal person in the documentary.
Snorefest.
How did he lose his legs? Was it a car accident?
Some kind of accident.
Oh, it was,
yeah.
no, it was a zip line.
Accident. Yes.
He says, most people think I lost my legs to the tigers, but it was actually a ziplining accident.
I would probably tell people I lost it to the tigers. That's a lot cooler than ziplining.
Well, he says that he was paralyzed from the waist down, but he could move his toes, so he taught himself how to walk again. And none of his muscles, like, got any stronger. So he was just walking around on bones. And he said he was walking so many miles in the zoo every day.
They just had to take his feet.
That they just had to cut his legs off at the knee. And he got prosthetic legs. It's a wild ride. Watch Tiger King.
Tiger King.
If you haven't already.
All right.
We have a lot of feelings about it, obviously.
We do. Hope you enjoyed this.
Neighbors are yelling.
Yeah.
Be safe out there.
Don't get coronavirus. Or
Please.
if you do, don't leave the house.
Yeah. Stay home.
All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Okay, bye.